Was that the scariest experience you've had? Because I don't like flying, so I can
No,
imagine.
it's not the scariest, but it was rough. It wasn't easy.
Do you like, is there any experience in your head that's like, oof, when you go back and you think about it, like...
Normally, a pilot in his career, or in her career, let's stick to her, in her career, would face 3 kinds of problems. The technical ones, the weather, and humanitarian issues. The technicals we are trained for, because every 6 months we have to sit for exams from the beginning. Like when a doctor graduates, he takes his degree, and he's a doctor. That's it. For pilots, it's not like that. For pilots, we get a license, and it's only valid for 6 months. And every 6 months, we have to sit for exams all over again. Written exams, a flight simulator, a flight with an instructor who comes on board, a medical test. Like, we do all sorts of exams every 6 months. So almost like within 10 years, you cover every single technical fault you would get. So for the technical issues, we are trained. And once you are trained, you feel very confident. Like, really, if you throw someone in the sea and he doesn't know how to swim, even if you tell him how to swim, he would drown. If you throw someone who really knows how to swim, and no matter how hard the waves are and how high they are, he will be able maybe to manage and get out because of the confidence. So we are trained for technical issues. Also for weather, with the experience we get, eventually we get trained for that. Now, when it comes to humanitarian issues, that's where no training would be enough.
What do you mean by humanitarian?
For example, I'll give you an example. And this, I believe this is one of the very difficult flights I had. Once I was flying to London again. Oh my God, I have to stop flying to London again.
It's always the London flights.
I just realized.
Give you a lot of challenges.
So I was flying to London, and then the cabin crew, she walked into the cockpit and she said, "Captain, we have a sick passenger on board, and she's very sick." Like, even when we boarded, they had to bring extra oxygen bottles for that lady because she was traveling and she had some medical issues. So we knew that we had a sick passenger. But apparently her condition was getting worse and worse. So I told her, you know what? Try to find if there's a doctor, to see if there's a doctor on board. So there was a doctor on board. And I asked the doctor, please, can you check that lady? He came back to me and he said, she's feeling really, like, she's not good. I don't think you will be able to get to London. Her condition is very bad.
So there's a chance that she might pass away on
Exactly.
flight.
So I said, I asked the doctor, I said, so you think we should land en route, right? He said, I think so. Like, she can't survive for like 2 more hours. And then I told him, okay, just go tell her, stay beside her and tell her, no, we're going to land en route.
Calm her down.
He went back, and then the cabin crew came back to me. Meanwhile, I declared emergency. I said, we have a sick passenger, we would like to divert, and we were planning to land in Frankfurt by that time. So then the cabin crew came to me, and she said, Captain, this lady, she wants to talk to you. And I told her, just tell her we're going to be on ground within like 20 minutes. And she said, no, she's insisting. She wants to talk to you. So I went back to her seat, and I saw a very thin lady. She was like all blue, as if she's suffocating. And I told her, when I saw her, I said, don't worry. You know what? In 20 minutes, you will be on ground, an ambulance will be waiting, and we'll take you to the hospital. Don't worry. And she said, no, please continue. And I was like, why do you want me, like, we cannot continue. Like, my duty is to make sure that everybody gets to the destination, whatever, like to get on ground, at least alive. So I told her, no, we can't continue. She said, please, I know that I'm dying. I have my kids in London, and I would love to see my kids. In case I'm dying, I want to see them before I die. So please give me the chance to see my kids before I die. And by law, we cannot. Like, if she dies, I will be sued. So I told her, but like, I can't do that. We have to land. Like, according to the doctor, you cannot last for 2 hours. She said, please, just give me the chance. Just give me one chance to see my children before I die.
This is such a tough situation.
Exactly. Like, I looked at her and I was, oh my God. Like, if I get to London and she's dead, I'm really like, I will be in a very bad situation.
You're accountable.
You're accountable.
No, it's my, exactly.
It's your duty to make sure that she stays safe.
And like, if I land en route and she dies before seeing her kids, like, I will feel always guilty. So I thought, like, I'm a mother. And honestly, if I were in her place, I would do the same. So I told her, you know what? Okay, we're not going to land in Frankfurt. We're continuing to London. But I knew that my career was like at risk. Exactly.
Line, yeah.
So I went back to the cockpit. I told the co-pilot, cancel emergency. We're going to continue to London. And we continued to London. She arrived. She was still alive. When we landed, we stopped exactly after exiting the runway, the ambulance came. They took her down, and then we went back and parked.
Did you know what happened to her?
No.
No one wants to know.
At least I knew that she was fine when we landed.
That story just gave me so much goosebumps.
Exactly. So it's those moments which are really tough.
Yeah.
Because like there's not black and white. There's not the right thing to do. No.
And
you might get lucky and you might,
It comes down to, as you said, like, what would you do if you were in that situation? And sometimes you just let emotion take over rationale.
It's good that you studied philosophy as well. That's like the ultimate dilemma. You know, the personal choice of, okay, well, I can relate to this, but then you have the structures behind you telling you not to do that. So if they ever want to make a movie, I think.
By the way, that was exactly what I was thinking.